Welcome to my channel, Mark at A Matter of Truth. You can pause the video to scan the QR code to find all the playlists of songs with links to each song. This is Song 12, the last song in this series of songs witnessing to the Jews the true Jesus. This song is based on the other meaning of the Hebrew word bara, to cut down as opposed to created. Could God have intended Genesis 1 verse 1 to be translated as when God began to cut down the heavens and the earth? For you see, why would God create the heavens and the earth and then give prophecy of the earth passing away after just 7,000 years? What if Genesis 1 verse 1 is not about the creation of the universe? What if God cut down the heavens and the earth in his wrath to end the war in the heavens?
Could we have misunderstood that God intended meaning of Genesis 1 and 2? Now at first you might think this question is a little askew. But after you hear this song you may ask, could this be true? So listen closely to the words of this song and do not skim through. The Hebrew word bara is translated as create, but it also means to cut down. Wait, what? Get out of town. Why would God cut down the heavens and the earth in the beginning? In his wrath he bruised the earth, so the war in heaven he would be winning. When God began to cut down the heavens and the earth became void and empty to begin its new birth. So in truth, Genesis is about the earth restoration, and not about the universe's original creation. Was because of the war in heaven that a fire was prepared. God planned to destroy Satan and his angels, not even one would be spared. But God's enemy blasphemed his name. You created us evil, so for this war it is you that we lay the blame. Then God said to his Elohim to settle the matter of who is at fault. So their being destroyed in the lake of fire came to a temporary halt. Here is what we shall do, let us make man in our image. God had already devised his secret plan to win this little scrimmage. Here is the literal God intended meaning of Job 26 verse 7 in its context. God overthrew the darkness because of the chaos and confusion, and God temporarily suspended the earth concerning its destruction. Can you not see that Job 26 verse 7 is not about God creating the earth and hanging it upon nothing? Simply take a closer look at verse 11, and you will see that the pillars of heaven were astonished at God's reproof. Then in verse 12 we see that God subdued the proud. And in verse 13 God's hand wounded that crooked serpent who was fleeing like a fugitive. And not God formed the serpent to be made crooked and become a fugitive. So then what the translators thought was the creation is actually God cutting down the heavens and the earth. Then God created man and the Son of Man to judge the fallen Elohim.
This is part 2 of 3 songs combined as Song 12 in this series of 12 songs. The Creator made Yeshua for his glory, and for God's glory his king shall reign.
I see you there with scared eyes, wondering if you'll make it through all the pain that's coming your way. I wish you would call on my Yeshua. He is my salvation, he is my name. Hang on to me, hang on to me. Don't be afraid to call on my name. tonight. Call on Jesus and everything will be alright. I'll create in you a new heart. My spirit will dwell in you and never depart. I promise you'll find my peace. Trust in your Messiah and your fear will cease. Hang on to me, hang on to me. Don't be afraid to call on my name. Hang on to me, hang on to me. I'll help you through it all. Hang on to me. All those nights you cried alone, all those times you felt so small, every scar will be made whole. Every fear will flee when on my name you call. Listen to my voice calling you right now. Jesus is calling you right now. Call on my name that I gave to save. Jesus is the truth, the life, the only way. Trust in my new covenant before it's too late. Hang on to me, hang on to me. Don't be afraid to call on to me. Hang on to me, I'll help you through it all. Hang on to me, hang on to me, hang on to me. Don't be afraid to call on to me. Hang on to me, I'll help you through it all. Hang on to me, hang on to me, hang on to me. Don't be afraid to call my name to me. Hang on to me, I'll help you through it all. Hang on to me.
This is part 3 of 3 songs combined in Song 12 in this series of 12 songs.
There's this guy I work with, talks about the good book, says there's power in the pages if you'd only take a look. He keeps quoting the words of Jesus about some arm that's gonna rule. I just nod and keep on working because I'm a Jew who sees him as a fool. He keeps showing me the prophecies written long ago, and with boldness he proclaims, this truth you must know. What he says makes sense and I see a dim light beginning to glow. I know for sure the prophecies are true, but who they really show? What if Jesus is the Lord's strong right hand, and he's the one coming down to take command? What if all those stories of Jesus being told are worth more than pure gold? What if Jesus is the Lord's strong right hand? Someone's coming to be our King. All the Christians gloriously sing that Jesus is their Savior and King, and peace on earth he shall surely bring. He says there's a shepherd king who's gonna gather up his sheep, and that old dragon's gonna fall down in the dark and murky deep. All this talk of arms and faces, ancient promises being fulfilled, makes me wonder if I'm missing something that could get me thrilled. What if Jesus is the Lord's strong right hand, and he's the one coming down to take command? What if all those stories of Jesus being told are worth more than pure gold? What if Jesus is the Lord's strong right hand? He keeps saying, can't you see? Open your eyes before it's too late and Jesus splits the eastern skies. I'm tired of hearing all this talk of some Christian fable, but somehow to resist his words I'm no longer able. Maybe Jesus really is that chosen one who'll make my heart new and stable. this guy I work with keeps talking about the good book. Maybe it's time I take a closer look. Maybe it's time I take a closer look. And then that New Testament became like a fisherman's hook. That first step to trust in Jesus was all it took. And now my heart weeps for my fellow Jews. Just like Jesus wept for me, like Jesus wept for me. Oh, now I see. And now for all the Jews, I weep for thee, I weep for thee, I weep for thee, I weep for thee. Oh, can't you see, oh, can't you see?
Thanks for watching. Please be sure to share these Bible teaching songs. Please like and comment. Please subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when I post a new Sun videos. Pause the video to scan the QR code to go to my website at the Church of the Firstborn. I have all my playlists with links to each song, which you can share with others.